A pelvis is a bit more complicated of a structure than most people think. We tend to think of it as one solid pelvic bowl. And for many of us, it actually kind of is, but it shouldn't be. There are three parts to the pelvis, three significant parts. One of the main ones, of course, being the sacrum. This is a sacral wedge. It's going to help represent that. It's right here at the base of your spine. Then you have the left iliac hip bone, however you want to call that, and the right one, the big two halves that then fit around the sacrum, kind of like this. They meet at two joints here on either side. We call them the SI, sacroiliac joints, and we have a disc in the front called the pubic symphysis. That's not a solid bone there. Now, for many people, that's about as much as you get. It gets stuck there and does not move. So when you walk around, it's stiff, and they'll be like walking like a block of concrete. But the pelvis should move a little bit more so in women than in men, but even in men it should move. And it should move a little bit like this. This SI joint should rotate a little bit. That one should rotate a little bit. It should also tip to either side. It should go forward and backward a little bit. It should come in and out a little bit. There's also this motion where it opens together all like this and like that. When those motions don't happen, your pelvis gets locked up and those joints become kind of rigid. Usually that's because something's been knocked in place and stiffened. Now that causes twists in the spine and twists through the hip bones, tensions through the pelvic floor, the piriformis, sciatic nerve issues. All sorts of problems start arising when the pelvis is out. So it's very important that we have this moving well and balanced. People who are having back pain, people who have had trouble with pregnancy or want to not have much trouble with pregnancy, people who have headaches, shoulder problems, hip problems, knee problems, foot problems, all of these things are very much related directly to the pelvis. Your doctors, your specialists may not have pointed that out because it does not present the same for everybody in every situation, but we find very much so that if the pelvis has trouble, everything else starts spiraling out of control and into much dysfunction. If you want your body to move well, feel well, age well, make sure you have a free, balanced, aligned pelvis. We start with the pelvis because it's the foundation of everything. You might think that the feet are, and the feet are important, and how well they move, the lower legs, is a factor, but so often, much of what's going on with there actually comes from up above. If the pelvis is tipped, twisted, tilted, it's going to cause rotations, tightnesses, slacknesses all throughout the system in a variety of ways unique to you. There'll be common patterns all over the place, but the reason why other specialists and doctors have not pointed out this as a major contributing factor is because the patterns are unique to the individual. So one person with a tipped, twisted pelvis in this way will have a shoulder problem. Another one will have a headache or jaw problem. Another one will have hip pain or knee pain and be headed for replacements. So a variety of situations will arise from a tipped and twisted, misaligned pelvis. It's critical to have that balanced and moving well for anybody who wants to feel good.